support pieces for our rings. And this is how the easiest way, and I think the best way to do this is it's already interfaced. Remember, we interface everything we touch, just makes the fabric nice and strong. And what I like to do is I fold it in half, give it a press, and you can hear I have a little steam on. I fold this to the very middle. Give that a little press. This piece goes to the middle as well. Then I fold this over. Now I'm going to take it to my machine. I'm going to sew all along the sides. And this stitch needs to look really, really nice. It's a top stitch, so that when we're done, that'll be the tab for one of the rings on our bag. Okay, so I want this to be close to the edge. We're going to start with the open edge. I want this to be very, very close to the edge, but I also want you to see the stitch work. So what I like to do is, my machine is on 2.5 right now. Let's jump up to 3. It just gives it a nice long stitch that you can see your handiwork. Now we're going to set that there. And of course, back stitch. Strong tab to put your ring on to attach to your bag. And I'm going to show you right now how I do that. Okay, so you have your nice strap, and it's really nice and neat, and the thread came out perfect, so I'm really happy with that. Okay, so now you're just going to slip it through your ring, fold it in half, and we're going to put this back on 2.5. What we're going to do is we're going to close this so it doesn't move around. So just make sure that you get a good bite on it. You want it to come in pretty far, not really close to the edge. You really want a good strong bite on that. So. And you'll see me go over it a few times, just back and forth. I really want this part strong. Okay, that should do it. There we go. Okay, so let me show you how I attach this to the bag. You may have seen people put it in towards the end, but I like to put it on now while I can see where it is going to go. I don't want any surprises when I have the whole bag, when I have this put in here and we're trying to put the whole thing together and hold all the pieces. I don't like to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to decide how much of it I want shown when the whole bag is put together. So let's assume, let's fold this over. How much of this do you want showing? Do you want just this amount? Do you want that amount? Okay. So that is what you need to decide before you put this on. I don't want a whole lot of mine showing, but you know, that is a personal preference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it probably here, and only about that much will show. Because sometimes they can twist, and I just don't like to mess with it when I'm shopping or trying to get it on or off. I just don't like that. So I'm going to put this one here, about right there is perfect. And I'm going to pin it. This is a lot of fabric, so it doesn't like to be pinned. Okay. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew it onto the main part of the bag, just about 1/4 of an inch down. And I'm going to sew it on there 2 or 3 times so that I know it is going to stay put. Let me take my table off. I can put this on like that. It's just so much easier to do this step right now rather than later. I have done it both ways, many, many different ways, and this one works best for me. Go slow. We're going through a lot of layers. There we go. Very, very good. This machine has been very, very good to me. Okay. Yep, it looks upside down. I know it does, but I promise you when we're done with the bag, it will be sitting up like this. And there you have it. Okay, I'm going to do the other one and I'll meet you back here. Okay, I just finished putting the second strap on, and what we're going to do now is make the main strap to make the crossbody, and then we'll bring it over here and we'll attach it to the rings. Actually, we'll attach it after we attach this, but let's go over to the ironing board and we'll make our strap. Okay, so this whole project was made with fat quarters. So I really didn't have a piece long enough, and I've had to piece it together. There's a couple different ways I said earlier that we could do it. We could just do this and sew it across, or we can do what I wanted to take this opportunity to show you. We can do it this way, and it makes much less bulk and it gives you a lot better product, more professional look. So what you do is you lay your piece up like this, and we always, well, pretty much always do right sides together. So I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to lay it on top of it. And I'm going to lay it on top of it exact like this. So this meets up with that corner and this meets up with that one. Okay, so that's down and this is down, but it matches perfectly. I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to draw a line from this corner to this corner, and it'll make sense, I promise you. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to pin it in place. And I'm going to sew it from this corner to this corner, and I'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, I sewed it along here so that when I open it up, we've extended it. But what I want to do is I want to take off some of this bulk, about 1/2 inch. Do is open that up and iron it so that we again keep the bulk down. finger press first. Just give it a quick press. Okay, so now we are going to make this strap exactly like we did our tabs. So I'm going to get started on that and I'll show you a little bit. Then I will meet you back at the sewing machine. But if you'll remember, what we do is we go in half, then in half, we iron that, then we do that, fold it over, and then we sew very close to the edge on both sides. And I'm going to go do that now, and I'll see you in a minute. So I told you I'd meet you back at the machine, but as I was preparing this to sew, I realized that I forgot to share with you that I do take this end and I fold it over. And I do that on both sides, because when I am done, I want this edge to be nice and finished, because it will be seen on the bag. Okay, and that's all the time we have today. Until next time, happy sewing.